Well, our first guests are Brewer Investment Group from Chicago. We're going to be talking to three different executives from Brewer. They're coming to us via webcam. Our first guest is Mr. Bob Whalen. He's the president of Brewer Financial Services. Bob, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Well, now, Bob, when was the Brewer Investment Group established?
Start back in 2000.
Back in 2000. Now, tell us a little bit about the company, if you would.
Brewer Investment Group is really the parent company of a conglomerate of 6 different units within the organizations. The first one is Brewer Financial Services, which is a registered broker-dealer working with financial advisors and independent financial advisors. The second one is Brewer Investment Group, which is our registered investment advisor, so it's our RIA platform. There's Brewer's Futures Group. There's Brewer's Forex Group. There's Advisor Resources, and there's also an insurance group as well, where they're all complementary of each other to really be more comprehensive of a wealth management firm.
Well, we're really excited, Bob, because we're going to be looking at all aspects of Brewer Investment Group over the next 13 weeks. What was it about the company that attracted you to them?
Well, it was interesting. I was with my prior firm for over 18 years. I was a financial advisor, and I worked in the independent financial advisory space. And when I went out, I actually really did extensive research on the independent space, the independent broker-dealer / registered investment advisor space. What I found is that about 75% of all the firms are pretty much the same. I mean, they all offer a wide variety of and an open architecture of traditional investment products. But really what I felt they lacked was really the products necessary to help clients in markets if they were to fluctuate, if we have a downturns in the markets. Most of the products that they offered were long-only positions, and I just didn't think they had the suite of products to truly help that higher net worth client. And when I came across Brewer, really the genesis of the firm was dealing with that alternative investment, higher net worth institutional space, and that complemented the independent broker-dealer very, very well. It's the only firm that I found out there that really had the best of both worlds.
Well, Bob, you're certainly a financial veteran. What have you seen as far as changes in financial portfolios over the years?
Well, it's interesting. I grew up on and I think as most advisors grew up on the concept of asset allocation. And I believed in that, and I still believe in the foundation of asset allocation. Unfortunately, most of the asset allocation that I see in the industry right now is really geared towards long-only positions. It's to not all put all your eggs in one basket. Is to diversify your portfolio over different time frames. But unfortunately, most of those investments are mutual funds, separately managed accounts, things you kind of buy, hold, and many days pray that there would be a rebound in the market. What I found with when I look at asset allocation, it's more of a regression analysis. If you look at the foundation of the premise of the data and the research, it really goes all the way back to the 1940s and 1950s. And at that time, there's limited derivatives. There was really a futures market back in the day. Technology wasn't really an impact. The world wasn't very small back then. And it's very difficult, I believe, to use all your information, your recommendations are based upon what's happened over the last 60 to 80 years. I really think what's going to happen from 2009 and beyond, you need to look at things a little bit differently. And as opposed to just a regression analysis, I believe we need to be looking at things from a proactive standpoint, given the markets, given the fact that the world's a lot smaller, brokerage houses are a lot different now, the technology and everything else. I think it's going to be important and critical to have a portion of your portfolio in an area where if the markets go up or down or they're volatile, your clients can actually take advantage of those swings in the markets versus just the buy and hold model. So I do believe in the foundation of asset allocation. I think clients need to be diversified. I do believe people need to have 4 portfolios based upon time frames, a 0 to 3 year portfolio, a 3 to 7 year portfolio, a 7-year plus portfolio, and a qualified portfolio. But I'm a strong believer that you really need to have between 5 and 25%, depending upon the client, into an asset category of things like managed futures or things that can take advantage of the directional swings in the markets.
Once again, Bob Whalen, he's the president of Brewer Financial Services. We have some other executives in Brewer we're going to talk to now. Bob, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
Well, while we switch guests in Chicago, I want to remind you that we're talking to Brewer Investment Group. If you'd like more information, you can call us toll-free, 888-259-4449 for free information in the mail. Joined now by Cheryl Art. She is the president of Brewer Futures Group. Cheryl, welcome to the program.
All right, thank you, Don.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Brewer Futures Group?
Yes, Brewer Futures Group was founded in 2000 as a full-service commodities brokerage firm. So we really have three main type of clients. One would be the self-directed trader who is making his own decisions. He might be using his own trading indicators or strategies, but really is just looking for a good clearing firm and a good trading platform to trade on. The second type of client we have is he's making his own decisions, but he's looking for a market strategist to help him with market ideas and discuss his strategy. So that's a higher level of service. Lastly, the other type of client we have is really more of an investor, and they are interested in diversifying their portfolio with managed futures and managed Forex. As Bob Whalen talked about earlier, the average investor nowadays is really becoming more aware of the key of diversification of their portfolio. So in the past, investors might have only invested in stocks, bonds, and things are that more traditional asset classes. Now there's a big awareness that there is a need for diversification, so people are coming to Brewer Futures Group to have us help them find a managed futures or a managed Forex program that might fit their needs.
Now, what kind of services do you offer to the self-directed trader, Cheryl?
Well, the self-directed trader, one of the benefits of working with Brewer is that we are an independent introducing broker. And what that means is we have clearing relationships with a multitude of clearing firms. That allows the trader or the investor the opportunity to work with the clearing firm and the trading platform that is best suited to their needs.
Once again, Brewer Futures Group, the president is Cheryl Arts. Cheryl, thanks for your segments very much. Thanks for joining us on the program.
All right, thank you.
We're going to talk about Forex now with Jim Hyerchek. He's a chief market analyst with Brewer Investment Group. Jim, good to talk to you.
Hi, Don. How are you?
Doing good. Now, Jim, why don't you tell us quickly again what Forex actually is?
Well, Forex is foreign currency trading markets. It's an over-the-counter market, and it's an electronic network of banks, institutions, large multinational corporations all tied together in an electronic network to trade off foreign currency risk.
Now, how does that differ, Jim, from other markets that people might be more accustomed to?
Well, it doesn't have a centralized location, say like the New York Stock Exchange or the Board of Trade. It's actually a set of dealers, as I mentioned, connected electronically from around the world. They have different geographical locations. There's a huge amount of liquidity available in the Forex markets. The market is also highly leveraged, which means it carries a little bit more risk than other markets. And it also is very liquid. So depending on how often you trade and how big of a position trader you are, you have different advantages in the bid-offer spread.
Well, it's interesting because I think people would like to know what is it you're actually buying and selling in the Forex market?
Well, what you're actually buying and selling is a relationship between two currencies. For example, if you're trading the euro versus the U.S. dollar, that's one contract. You can also trade the British pound versus the euro or the British pound versus the Japanese yen. So you're actually pairing up currency contracts and you're trading strength of one currency over the next.
What's happening in the Forex markets these days?
Well, recently the dollar's been taking a big hit because of the strong move in the stock market and the demand for higher risk. Today the dollar is a little bit stronger. U.S. housing numbers came out a little bit weaker than expected, and that puts pressure on demand for higher risk assets, so the dollar is in good position to rally today.
Jim, if people want more information about Forex, how can they get that from Brewer?
You go to brewerfuturesgroup.com, and our phone number is 312-896-3930.
Once again, we've been talking with the Brewer Investment Group and a selection of their executives from their various divisions. Jim, very exciting. We're going to be keeping close track on you folks over the next 3 months, looking forward to some exciting reports as to what's going on in the various aspects of the financial services you provide. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Don.